You're inside the head of the herd.
I am research.
It's Colin Cowherd's Herd Mentality. Herd Mentality.
Hi, it's Colin Cowherd, host of The Herd on ESPN Radio. LSU lost, but I still have them as the number one team in college football. I know. How can you do it, Colin? You're supposed to be punished when you lose. Well, find me that rule in the voting for the BCS. LSU, back-to-back tough SEC games, goes on the road to Kentucky, a very good team, and in about 19 overtimes loses, exhausted by the end of the game. You know what? Florida lost last year. They lost on the road to Auburn, went on to win the rest of their football games, and hammer Ohio State for a national championship. Oh, I know Ohio State's unbeaten, just like Ohio State was unbeaten last year through the wobbly Big Ten before they were hammered by a one-loss SEC team. Sorry, but on a neutral field, I like the speed of LSU over the speed of Ohio State on both sides of the football. I like the Buckeyes, but of 119 Division I college football programs, they have the, get this, 118th toughest schedule as of today. I will look at Ohio State again in a month, and maybe then I will decide the Buckeyes are number one. But today, LSU's played back-to-back tough games, beat a good Florida team, and lost in triple overtime to Kentucky. I don't think anybody in the country could have gone to Kentucky and won that football game against the Wildcats' spirited offense led by, I think, the Heisman winner, Andre Woodson. Listen, parity in college football has made it tougher than ever to figure out who's good and who's not. It's hard to distinguish who's good and who's great, who's mediocre and who's just not very capable. But I know this, when I watch LSU, I'm not in love with their offensive line. I'm not in love with their running game, but their speed at receiver, front seven, secondary, coaching, overall athleticism looks better than anybody else in college football. I don't care that Ohio State's unbeaten. Play somebody. I don't care that South Florida's unbeaten. Hey, Arizona State's unbeaten. Do they have an argument to be number one? They clobbered Colorado, and Colorado clobbered Oklahoma, or at least beat them. So to me, you've got to watch the games and then make a reasonably educated decision on who's number one. Take one loss out of the equation. It's not a career ender. It's not a season ender. USC's got one loss. I don't think they're very good. LSU's got one loss. I think they're very, very good. And I think they'll win the rest of their games here on out and play for a national championship. So right now, I'm behind the Tigers. Everything, of course, could change if they lose next week. That's just the way college football and parity is these days. You can hear me, the Herd, Colin Cowherd, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPNradio.com.
That's what's inside Colin's head.
Herd mentality.
Thanks for listening to Herd Mentality.